Everyone, we have a lot going on this morning. Thanks for joining us at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
And I'm Nicole Nalepa in for Caitlin Nuclo. And you are here watching Eyewitness News on the Wax. Thanks for being here. And again, we have a lot to get to. First, we do want to bring in meteorologist Scott Gagliardi because we're following that first alert weather day. But it's not for this morning, right?
It's not for this morning. It's for tonight. I like how, Tracey, you matched the first alert. It's like you knew it was coming.
No. You know what?
You didn't know?
Maybe, no.
I think you did.
Didn't know.
Well, I'm heading to Florida tonight, so
I sure like so bye.
I'm telling you, I planned this trip 4 months ago because I know in April, March and April, it gets fishy here.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 60s in the forecast and we have snow tonight, so
have fun.
Yeah, have fun with that. As far as what we're expecting for today, though, you step outside, it's beautiful. It's chilly, Hartford, you see a lot of sun, but it's 31 along the shoreline. It's also 31 in New London, but we're expecting a bit of snow shower activity tonight. Not everybody sees it, but some areas could accumulate. Temperatures across the state 20s and 30s. First Alert Live radar scans the state dry, as it will throughout the daylight hours today. But for tonight, we're anticipating some rain and snow showers, maybe an inch or two in the hill towns. Any travel late will certainly be impacted, and some poor visibility at times. Now notice that system right out towards the west. Some snow already in parts of New York and Pennsylvania. Rain to the south, and that's what we're expecting to move into Connecticut later on tonight. We're talking in about 12 hours time, but if that's not enough, we have another First Alert weather day on Saturday for a chilly rain. It will be quite breezy as well. Outdoor plans, luckily the UConn parade pushed to Sunday, but still anybody who has plans on Saturday, it is not a good looking day. We'll time out everything in terms of the snow tonight ahead on First Alert Futurecast. Kate?
All right, thanks, Scott. 7:02. Let's get to that breaking first alert here in the traffic department in West Haven, dealing with quite a mess here along 95 through New Haven into West Haven this morning because 95 southbound is closed between exits 44 and 43. This incident happening right around exit 43. Northbound lanes seeing a slight improvement, just the left lane there blocked off between exits 43 and 44. Let's take you out, give you a live look. You can see 2 open lanes now. That's going to help with some of the delays, but we were reporting about 4 miles backing up into Orange here this morning on the northbound side. 95 southbound, again, completely closed through this stretch in West Haven because of this overturned tractor trailer. This was first reported about 2 o'clock this morning. Fuel leak involved, deep on scene. Non-life-threatening injuries, though, reported. If you're looking to get around, we are starting to see some delays back up onto the Parkway. This is for non-commercial vehicles only, so the vehicles that you and I drive to and from work. Route 1's a good option. Truckers looking to go all the way around and avoid the mess here this morning. 691 to 84 to Route 8. We've also picked up a crash in New Haven, 95 southbound between exits 48 and 46, and in Norwalk, also on 95 southbound. This is braking between exits 16 and 15, the left lane there closed. Let's check out your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
So on top of breaking news happening right now in Norwich, where crews spent hours battling an overnight house fire on Otis Street.
And here's your reporter Luke Hydash with all the updates he learned from fire officials.
Nicole, Tracey, right now investigators are really trying to pinpoint what started this fire here at this home on Otis Street. They spent a bulk of the night trying to knock down those flames, all that smoke, deal with all that, but all of that controlled chaos has really gotten under control here, and we take a look now at what is left behind from this. You can see all the damage at this 3-family home here on Otis Street, right around the corner from the Cathedral of St. Patrick, to give you an idea of where we are here. This house is pretty close to the other ones in this neighborhood, but firefighters did a good job containing it to just this house here. Most of the damage was up on the 2nd and 3rd floor. Flames shooting out of the roof when we first arrived here, smoke billowing into the air. Firefighters weren't able to go inside for a little while. They focused everything up on the ladder truck, shooting water onto it. That created those large plumes of smoke that went up into the sky. This whole area was pretty smoky for a while. But again, since then, as all of that has died down, firefighters got a good handle on it. Investigators have now come in to try and figure out what happened here, what started this, and where things go from here. State investigators are here, as well as the city of Norwich fire marshal taking photos. We've seen them going in and out of the home, or what's left of it at least is just some residual firefighters are left here as this investigation really picks up as to what happened. We're told a press conference should be coming shortly with more details as far as injuries, deaths, things along those lines. Once we get that information, we'll bring it to you. Your reporter live in Norwich, Luke Hydash, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Our other big story this morning, world markets are soaring following an amazing finish for U.S. stocks. Markets reporting one of the best finishes of the year.
And this comes in response to President Trump's 90-day pause on most tariffs against dozens of countries.
The Dow ended almost 3,000 points up at the closing bell yesterday. The S&P 500 will start the morning up too by almost 10%. The index, however, is below where it began before the president announced tariffs last week. The pause right now applies to these reciprocal tariffs. 10% tariffs on most global imports remain in effect.
However, tariffs on goods from China will go up even further to 125%.
The U.S. depends on China for a range of consumer goods, especially electronics. According to the U.S. Census, cell phones, computers, and other tech accessories accounted for more than $100 billion worth of imports from China last year.
Experts say that it's too soon to tell how much the prices could go up. But if you're in the market for things like a new phone or a computer, they suggest buying one sooner rather than later.
In Old Lyme this morning, the Zoning Commission is considering a plan to bring a whole new look to the town. This proposal calls for new stores, housing, and parking on a section of Halls Road. Hundreds of people attending a meeting about it, and supporters say it would boost the local economy, but opponents are concerned Old Lyme will lose its small town feel. The commission has 65 days to make a decision.
And at this time, UConn basketball fans, they're going to have to wait an extra day now to celebrate the women's 12th national championship. But that's not a bad news, right?
No, it's certainly okay because now it won't rain on the parade. The team's victory parade has been pushed back to Sunday at 1 because of the chance for rain on Saturday.
The parade route remains the same, though. It'll step off right at the State Capitol building, which is right at the corner of Trinity and Elm Streets. And then it'll travel along Bushnell Park and finish at the Excel Center for the championship rally.
All right, you can stay with Channel 3 on air and online throughout the weekend for full coverage of the parade. You'll be able to watch it right here on Channel 3 and the Wax starting at 1 o'clock Sunday.
All right, sounds good. And now today marks the beginning of the spring break travel rush here in Connecticut. That sounds good as well.
Yeah, get away like Scott Gagliardi. Your reporting Marcy Jones is at Bradley International Airport with what you need to know.
Spring break travel rush is officially underway. Take a look here at Bradley. Not too bad right now for security, but keep in mind from 4 a.m. until 7 a.m. is peak travel time. More than 121,000 people are projected to depart from Bradley between today and April 20th. The bump in numbers could be in part thanks to Bradley's growing list of nonstop flight options. We just spoke with a family of 3, Maria, Michael, and Mia, all heading for warmer weather and a little R&R.
We're so excited. We're going to the Bahamas. We're celebrating her birthday also a little bit early, but yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to meet my mom in Florida.
And as always, make sure that you head here very early, at least 90 minutes, and make sure to triple check that you have your ID on you. Your reporter in Bradley, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks, Marcy. Route 7 is now back open in Kent after a 2-car crash that happened right between Bullsbridge Road and Birch Hill Lane last night. We're told there were serious injuries and some people were even sent to the hospital. But we're working to learn how many people and their conditions.
Well, the owner of a swingers club in Plymouth says he will sue the town if they force him to shut down. We got an inside look at the Wicked Fun Club. The town ordered this club to shut down because it's less than 1,000 feet from a church. They say that violates zoning restrictions, claiming the club breaches adult use regulations. The owner disagrees, claiming he does not serve alcohol or hire adult entertainers. The owner appealed the town's order to shut down, and a decision on this appeal is expected April 29th.
Happening tonight, parents will have a chance to learn more about a proposal to make childhood education more accessible. Supporters of the Priority Child Care bill say that it would help families cover child care costs and help child care facilities hire more workers. If it passes out of the House Education, or it did pass, excuse me, out of the House Education Committee earlier this week. Several local lawmakers, though, are hosting a community discussion about it tonight at 6, right at the Brantford Early Learning Center.
And as we get a check of your first alert forecast, we have mainly some rain, but some snow on the way tonight. And as much as there are cooler temperatures now, this afternoon, a lot of us will climb into the 50s, but it's beyond this that we see that chance for snow. You'll see it play out on First Alert Futurecast. Clouds really thicken up throughout the afternoon hours. Here's the drive home. Some rain showers out towards the west, but quickly transitioning to snow showers. Now 10 p.m., that sun is obviously not out. You can get some accumulation this time of year only throughout the overnight hours. As soon as that sun comes up tomorrow, any blue that you see on the map will likely not stick to at least the pavement, but some grassy surfaces. We're talking anywhere an inch, maybe 2, looking like rain tomorrow night and then throughout the day on your Saturday, some of which could be heavy at times. We're talking an inch, maybe 2 in the highest elevation of the hill towns. Other areas in inland, though, could see maybe a half of an inch on those grassy surfaces. We'll detail our First Alert weather day for not only tonight, but as well as into the weekend. That's ahead with your First Alert forecast. Tracy?